Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So I have done my stint with I don't know if he's been diagnosed as a narcissist. His
Okay.
family says he's one, but Lord, I tell you,
Uh,
it took me about 4 years to kind of pay attention and just kind of observe the things that I used to believe that he would say, and then just kind of realize that, oh no, like I'm not crazy. And now it's kind of at the point where I learned so much about it that I was able to walk away before
mhm.
I busted out windows like some of the other exes before me had done,
Yeah.
because they spazzed out. And so I got to have my dignity in walking away. But now it's kind of in that funny part where I don't think I really loved him. I just feel like I get attached to toxicity because that's what I kind of grew up with.
Mhm.
And now it's rough. Now I'm getting all these kind of spiritual guides and shit trying to tell me, just weird stuff. And then I got men saying, no, no, don't go be with anyone. Don't go date anyone else. And I'm like, realistically, when he's not at home, then I don't get any messages. As soon as he's home, and I know he's at home because we live in the same neighborhood, then all of a
Oh,
sudden you're trying to pull my attention in, like you're trying to make sure you know exactly what I'm doing so you can watch what I'm doing. But I
mhm.
know now, the rough part I think that I'm in, just to sum it all up, is that now I get it. I still feel attached, but it's kind of like I'm fighting the urge to not want to pull him in,
Mhm.
to let him know that you can't do me like you did everybody else, because I see what you're trying to do. It's almost like that. I
Uh,
think it's the Scorpio of me that
okay.
is like,
So let me ask you a question. So
okay.
what would the goal be of pulling him in though? Like what would you feel like
um
you would accomplish by doing that?
honestly, I feel like it would just be because a part of me does miss his company,
Mhm.
and just to still have his company but not be in the role of the girlfriend anymore. Like I almost want to be the friend on the side. I don't want to be the I don't want to. I don't know what it is. Almost just kind of like because I know that he's gonna try. Like I can already tell on
Mhm.
how he hasn't really ended
Yeah.
yet.
So let me ask you this. So what do you feel like you were getting from the relationship? Like that
Um,
and the answer can't be nothing because you're getting something from it.
so
You just have to figure out what you're getting from it.
Well,
That's what I tell people.
I didn't particularly like my living environment at the time. So when I
Hmm.
first met him, it was a bit of a stress relief to go to his house and to hang
Yeah.
out. And it was comforting. It was like a place of solace. And then in me not understanding the dynamic of the relationship, I let my feelings get more involved when he said that we were in a relationship. And then I turned his house into a home.
Yeah.
And he didn't like it, but he did like it because I catered to him and I really went above and beyond. In fact, I left him and he didn't think that I was going to make it to Paris and London, and I did. And I had a great time. I came back and he's got a whole puppy whose dog, he named the dog Oreo, which is French, gold for French, well, French and gold or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so now he went and got a whole support puppy.
That's a
And
support puppy.
I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's because you told me I wasn't anything, but in essence, I
Yeah.
was company to you. And I guess I kind of feel like I need that company too.
Yeah. So
But I know it's toxic.
when you know it's toxic and stuff like this, when you say you got away from your home place, are you back in the same home situation that you were in
Yes.
originally, or something
Yes.
different?
No, it's
Okay.
the same one. And now it's just sucks because we're in the same neighborhood now.
Yeah.
Before, I used to at least be able to go 20 minutes. So if we went through a bit of a break, I could go 20
Yeah.
minutes home and be home and
Mhm.
not be there. Now it is literally right around the corner.
Yeah. So you see what I feel like you were getting some type of escape from him.
Yeah.
So when you were going over there, it was like an escape from your reality, which
Yeah.
happens a lot of times when you get into toxic relationship dynamics, where you feel like this other person is somehow they become your savior, like he's saving you from your environment. So you feel like you owe him something deep down sometimes. You
Yeah.
owe him your existence sometimes. It can be a very weird space to be in. And that's why because that's what I tell people, it's just like you figure out what you're getting from him. Why can't you get that same feeling from yourself? Why can't you find somewhere else to go where you feel safe, where you feel comforted and things like that? Because
I
yeah, he
can.
might, yeah, that's what I say.
I mean, I
Once
resist
you
the urge
find
to
that,
walk around the corner every day. You know what I mean? Like we're not even 5 minutes away from each other.
yeah,
And I don't go knocking on his door. And
yeah,
I don't,
and
go
that's a
over
tough
there.
thing to do. I mean, you should pat yourself on the back every day you don't do that. I feel like you have to reward yourself, but also you have to start telling yourself, find a better outlet than him. Find a better safe place than him, because although it sounded like you felt safer with him, although it wasn't the safest place you could be emotionally. Maybe not physically, but emotionally, it's not the safest place you can be. But like, it's safer than where you came from, but it's still not the safest place that you can be. Which I feel like you have to find yourself a home within yourself when you're dealing with situations like this. You know, figure out like whatever you were getting from him, whatever validation that you were getting from him. Find another way to supply that to yourself. You know, like I said, find another safe place to go. Like go on a walk somewhere else. But don't go on a walk whenever you're feeling like you
walk past his house.
Yeah, not past his house. Like whenever you feel like the walls are caving in on you sometimes, which happens when you're in when you're in an environment where you don't feel emotionally safe or emotionally stable. You feel like the walls are caving in on you. Go for a walk. Go somewhere else. Go turn. Like, he lives to the left. Go to the right. Do something, like I said, do something for yourself every single day to kind of rebuild their self-identity and things like that. Because you can't get lost in these relationships, in these spaces.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely, really can. Substances play a role in it, which, you know, I let go once I left them the situation, and he still has the same issue, but I'm glad that I'm free because now everybody that's around are just basically enablers. And, you know, and now I still have all the family members and the friends and stuff looking at all of my posts and everything. And and I'd be like, and I made it a mission to not look at any of their stuff. So they don't even see me looking.
Are y'all friends in real life? I mean, are y'all friends in real life? The people who are looking at your stuff, are you what purpose do they serve in your life?
They're more so his people.
So now it's just like it's kind of pull out your sword and start cutting people off. It's like it's like hacking through the jungle. It's like you see the jungle is right here. You got to pull out your machete and start hacking down branches so you can have a clear path.
Because they're not my friends. They're not my friends. They're his.
They serve no purpose. They don't serve a purpose in your life. They're just there. And when you see, you know, especially on Instagram, when you see somebody watching your story or they like a post or something like that, it automatically makes you think of him. So that can be a trigger to think of him. You know, so it actually be like little triggers to make you think of him. Like you see their name watching your story, you automatically associate their name with him. So now you start cutting those people off because they don't serve a purpose anyway. What is blocking them going to do for them? Like, oh, she blocked me for what? You know.
Yeah, nothing at all. And I know better. It's just an interesting journey to go through it. And Lord, I'm not even saying the half of what I had to go through. It is a book in itself. I smile because it's okay.
Yeah.
I figured it out, but this is just a residual, you know, ending to it. And I guess if anything, before I wrap it up, it's almost like I'm mentally preparing myself to know that he's going to attempt to come back.
Yeah.
And making sure that when he does, I'm strong enough to not get caught up in the rap.
That's what you're saying. That's why I said, like I said, right now, though, I was saying that having those friends and people watching your stuff, it's kind of like you're still in that jungle. So you start hacking down those branches because those little triggers, which they represent in your life right now, if you start taking them away, you allow yourself to rebuild that type of strength that you might like, you know, because if he does come back, you want to be prepared to just say no or ignore it or just hit the block button on him.
Yeah, to not have an emotional response because, again, as a Scorpio, he's a Virgo and he's very stoic and he's very happy. And I am, you know what I mean? If I feel it, I'm going to let it happen. And sometimes it comes out the wrong way. It's not that I mean it.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I'm just trying to prepare myself for it. But if y'all got somebody that's a narc out here, if he's got tendencies and they're strong ones, hold firm. You can make it. You can make it. There's somebody out here that will love you more than they will. The right way.
Yeah. The first person who should love you more than they do is yourself. You know, start, you know, love, you know, inside out. Love yourself from the inside out. You know, so it'll allow you to receive love, the love that you deserve from someone else. Because, like, you know, he can't give it to you. He didn't showed you now. You know what I mean?
And you know better. It's kind of like you know better. And one thing I've realized in the whole self-love journey is that everybody doesn't make it to the end because as soon as you start unpacking your suitcase and dealing with all of those wounds and things that hurt you, that make you who you are, it hurts and it stings and it burns. And then you want to do whatever you can do to cover it up. Whatever you can do to self-medicate to make the pain go away, you do. And that's why a lot of people don't ever really heal and love themselves because they can't unpack the suitcase and deal with the hurt. And I'm doing it. It ain't easy. But
it ain't easy.
No, and you know what? And even in that process of it all, I still understand why he's the way that he is. And I don't have any qualms about it because I'm like, Zora Neale Hurston, one of my favorite authors, every past has a future. So there's something that happened to you in your past that shaped you to be who you are. And it sucks. And everybody just doesn't have the strength to get past that. Why are you crying? Okay, I'll work it out for you here. Don't worry about it. But you know, it's like every past has a future. So
Yes.
whatever hurt you in the past that made you you and broke you, it doesn't have to break you forever.
Yes.
You know, it never stops. So you know, it's kind of like it's one of those things. So it's like and I don't think that sometimes they don't like it. I think when I do the research and they say, well, why they love what they love about you is what they don't love about themselves. What they love about you is what they don't have inside.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm overly confident and extremely empathetic and you lack that, then it's a problem for you. And so it's kind of like I get it, and I understand that came from somewhere. And I'd be wishing, sometimes I just be wishing, you know, sir, as smart as you proclaim yourself to be, why you just can't go through it? I'm telling you, I'm flawed too. We both imperfect around here. We could be imperfect together. We could fix it together. But that's the part that we have to let go. I said, maybe I'll take up therapy again.
Yeah. Therapy can definitely help you out, but what you just said earlier about that, like about narcissistic people seeking out what they lack in others, I posted a video about that yesterday, because that does absolutely happen, where they, you know, seek out what we lack. We like it, but then we turn around and resent it. You know, the same thing that you have that we lack, we resent you for it. We resent you for possessing it so effortlessly, you know, without effort.
Without effort. I get it, and I'm like, well, you know what? Don't hate me for it, because I got my own insecurities. You know what I mean? Like, there are things that I see in you that I don't possess.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, but I don't hate you. I just be trying to figure it out, and that's just the hard part, because I try to fix everything, and I guess I was trying to fix everything because I couldn't fix what was a little twisted up inside of me.
Yeah.
And so
inside out.
Yeah, inside out. So I kind of realized, I feel like one of the great things about dealing with this situation was that I met him for a reason. It was my first adult relationship. I'm 40 years old. I've only had like 3 boyfriends. I was with my children's father for 16 years. He's a little off too. But I said, I felt like I needed to know this type of person, so that any kind of ship that I get into going forward, I'll be able to navigate better through it, to not just give myself for nothing, to not just hear what they say and just take it, to not second guess myself when you know doggone well that's not right. You know what you saw. Yes, your t-shirt is blue and it's not red. Don't tell me that. I see it, and not to second guess myself. I love it though. You know, again, I smile because I love it.
You made it out. I say smile because you made it out. Now you gotta, you know, stay out. You know, make it out, stay out.
That's right. So thank you so much for letting me.
Thank you for coming on. I'm serious. I appreciate you coming on here.
I might even pop back in another time, but maybe I look a little more presentable.
Oh, you presentable right now. Trust me. You're good. Trust me.
But
thank you for popping on
for standing up and actually saying this. A lot of men don't take the time to point out flaws within themselves. So I think it's very commendable, admirable that you're going through your process and sharing it with the world. So maybe more people will decide to do so also.
Yeah, that's the goal. Hopefully,
keep it up. You got it. I'm rooting for you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Just be safe. Take care of yourself. All right.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.